What's up guys, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, subscribe. Thank you. Oh, and if you're not new here and you haven't subscribed, cover your face. Tap the subscribe button, but still cover your face. Today we're going to be reviewing a movie titled Music, which is a film by SIA. I know, I was just as shocked as you. I mean, I expected SIA to be handling the music in music. But then if she's like in charge of the film as well, then this will be interesting. I guess. Needless to say, the music in music was pretty good. So I think this is a very mixed bag of a film. So like, what is great and what is not is not going to work here because in this film they're one and the same. Everything wrong with this film was also more or less everything it did decently. So first off, we'll start off with the fact that the character who the film is named after, like we literally have a character named Music in a film named Music, didn't feel like the central character of the film. She felt like the central plot device. Her character was, I mean, yes, it's hard to develop. It's probably difficult to develop an autistic character, but it just felt like she was on the sidelines for most of the film. It felt like the film was more about how everybody else dealt with her existence as opposed to how she interacted with people or how people interacted with her. So it was just, she was like the ether, the Infinity Stone in Thor Dark World. Like the fact that it exists was the only reason it was in the film, and then the whole story just happens to kind of chase it along. I don't know, it was just weird. She didn't feel like the central figure of the story. She just felt like its biggest plot point, if you catch what I mean. Then over the course of the film, we had these musical numbers, which I liked most of the songs. The choreography, the sets were pretty interesting. I mean, they were like serious music video setup and choreography for a movie, which, okay, fine, we'll let that go. So they were pretty fun, but then they did absolutely nothing for the story. And then they were I don't know, maybe every 10-15 minutes there's a new one over the course of the entire story. It was just weird. And then the acting, it kind of made the acting a problem for one reason, which is the actress who played Music was also part of the choreography. So it's like every 15 minutes you're reminded that this is just a regular person playing an artistic character, which does not serve the story too well. Now that's ironic because that means the performance was actually pretty good. I mean, when I started the film, I found myself asking if this was actually an autistic person on camera, which would have been interesting. But then after like a couple of minutes, you see her doing choreography, and you're like, oh, okay, I don't need to think about that anymore. The performances were actually good enough that if not for those musical numbers, I might not have actually gotten around to, oh, she's just playing this character. Well, at least not during the film. And then as for the other actors, their performances were pretty good, but then characterization across the board was just shallow. It never really felt like anything deep, which is funny because the film seems intent on taking on deep themes, more or less. I mean, a character dies and you feel nothing. You barely have any time to process it. The remaining characters barely process it as well. So it's just characterization, character development just felt very shallow. And then the transformative aspect of it, which is the part where the actual lead character changed, which is Music's sister. That didn't feel. It felt like they just jumped into it. I don't know. It wasn't. It didn't flow well. It just didn't flow properly. Like I said earlier, the film seems intent on tackling a number of deeper themes, mature themes, right? But then over the course of the story, it's like it just hints at different things and just glosses over them. Oh, and spoiler warning, skip a few seconds. So someone has HIV. Doesn't matter. It doesn't. No, it's not an issue even remotely. And maybe it's not a big deal in the US, but like, it's not something you just bring up in a film for no reason, and it turned out to be nothing. Someone dies, you don't give a shit. Someone was once a drug addict, you don't give a crap. Someone lost I can't remember the gist with their mom. Like, you just don't care because they just drop it and move on because they are headed towards fairy tale land. So it's just annoying. I mean, music is autistic. I don't think the word autistic, or I don't think anything directly referencing that her condition was ever said throughout the course of the film. So it was just weird. It was like we were trying to avoid sensitive issues while also dealing with sensitive issues, which you might as well just like not do that at all. It should probably have been something like Beyonce's Black is King, right? So we're not looking at it as a film. We're trying to get the themes from the music and whatever it is they're acting out at that moment. It might have worked then in that way. I can't say for sure, but it might have worked then. The production of this film is very bare bones until you get to the musical numbers. Bare bones meaning it just felt like they carried a camera and pointed it at stuff, which isn't always bad. It looked good a couple of times. Like with that approach, you can get good results, some scenes, and then it just looks flat every other time. So that's neither here nor there. I definitely don't think anything really works in this film, but I found it watchable. I mean, I wasn't itching to stop watching while I was watching. So there's that. It's at least watchable, but I think it doesn't work. It doesn't work. And I've said this before, but Sia's cameo was corny. No, that it reminds me of Kunle Afolayan's cameo in Citation. You don't. No, no. So as for the rating, I love Sia, but this is not it. Funny enough, the only reason this is not a get fuck is the same reason as Namaste Wahala. I like the music. The film can be watched. Some people will probably still enjoy this. But for me, this is a pass. And yeah, I was disappointed. But Sia is not a filmmaker, so I can forgive this first attempt. I hope she tries again. Please try again. I mean, you've learned one way to not do it. So we've come to the end of another movie review. Thank you for watching this video. If you're new and you made it this far, thank you, you're a real one. Please subscribe. And if you're not new and you've not subscribed, be sure to leave a like and a comment below. Let me know what you thought of the film. If you have seen it, subscribe, share with your people. I was about to say peeps. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time. Peace.